Good day, I'm James Carter, and this is U.S. News Daily. Thank you for joining us. Today, we bring you trusted reporting, expert analysis, and the top stories shaping America and the world as they unfold. Well, we have new reporting tonight that Elon Musk's last TV performance with Donald Trump on Friday in the Oval Office may have been less a farewell ceremony than it was the latest version of Donald Trump's You're Fired TV show. Elon Musk lashed out at Donald Trump today. And it may be because, as NBC News is reporting tonight, Musk had hoped to stay on in his special government employee capacity beyond the 130-day period, which the White House ultimately did not accommodate. And if true, then Elon Musk was effectively fired by Donald Trump, which could explain Elon Musk screaming at the top of his Twitter lungs this afternoon, "I just can't stand it anymore." We have never had a more disturbed holder of the title richest person in the world than the person who holds that title tonight. And that person has apparently never been more disturbed than he is tonight. And Elon Musk has, over the years, publicly discussed suffering from depression and disturbances of various kinds for which he sought treatment that included carrying around a box of drugs during the last presidential campaign, according to reporting in the New York Times. The Times also reported that Elon Musk used ketamine, Adderall, psychedelic mushrooms, and of course, ecstasy, which is not a legally prescribed drug. With that in mind, imagine the tension Elon Musk must have been feeling today when at 1:31 p.m. he tweeted, quote, "I just can't stand it anymore." No previous richest person in the world has ever declared to the world, "I just can't stand it anymore." I'm speaking to you tonight from a building named after the once richest person in the world, John D. Rockefeller, whose riches were built on monopolizing the oil industry, but whose name now lives on in the Rockefeller Foundation, which for 112 years has been using Rockefeller wealth to do good in the world, something Elon Musk has chosen not to do. Elon Musk said today, "I just can't stand it anymore." He wasn't talking about the feeling of being responsible for killing at least tens of thousands of people, approaching hundreds of thousands of people in Africa and elsewhere in the world who are now starving to death because Elon Musk literally took their food away when he destroyed the United States Agency for International Development, the largest
famine relief provider in the world. When Elon Musk said, "I just can't stand it anymore" today, he wasn't talking about the feeling he has thinking about the people from whom he personally took away AIDS treatment medication that kept them alive. It's a tortured statement. "I just can't stand it anymore." It's something that no previous richest person in the world has ever declared to the rest of the world. The Mali Empire's 14th century leader, Mansa Musa, then by far the richest person in the world, never said, "I just can't stand it anymore." But then he was never fired by Donald Trump. Bill Gates, formerly the richest person in the world, described Elon Musk as, quote, "the world's richest man killing the world's poorest children." But that's not what was torturing Elon Musk. That's not what was driving him crazy. "I just can't stand it anymore." He said that. He said that because of his disappointment in Donald Trump. Elon Musk lasted exactly one business day before he exploded with, "I just can't stand it anymore." Elon Musk was escorted out the door of the White House Friday before sunset. He stayed silent about all things Trump on the next business day, which was Monday yesterday, and made it halfway through a 9-to-5 day today before he cracked. on Tuesday and attacked Donald Trump with these words: "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, port-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Donald Trump told them to vote for it." That means Elon Musk is calling for shame on Donald Trump and saying to Donald Trump, "You know you did wrong. You know it." This was the moment that all the watchers of Elon Musk and Donald Trump have been waiting for since Elon Musk joined the Trump presidential campaign. How long could the two strangest rich people in the world stand each other? Elon Musk declared today on day 134 of the Trump presidency, "I just can't stand it anymore." And in response, the explosively rageful Donald Trump said nothing. And that is how you know who Donald Trump fears
in this world. If you attack Donald Trump and Donald Trump says nothing, Donald Trump's silence is the biggest expression of fear that he has. Donald Trump fears not being able to get more money from the richest person in the world. Donald Trump fears the richest person in the world churning his money against Donald Trump's candidates in Republican primary elections. And Donald Trump fears the richest person in the world convincing Republican members of the Senate and the House not to vote for Donald Trump's budget bill that Elon Musk now calls a disgusting abomination. A disgusting abomination. Semantic infiltration was a term that I only heard from the Harvard professor turned United States Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. He used it to describe a situation in which one side forces the other side to use its language to describe something. Rupert Murdoch did that with the title of his so-called cable news channel. It's not a news channel. It's a right-wing propaganda channel. But Rupert Murdoch called it Fox News. The second word of that title is a lie. But Rupert Murdoch, through semantic infiltration, knew he could force everyone to call his propaganda news through semantic infiltration, calling it Fox News. And it worked. And it usually does. There's another cable news network that claims to be objective in every way that has been calling the Trump Republican budget bill routinely the big, beautiful bill. And that is successful. Trump semantic infiltration into that network to force them to use his words, to call the cruelest piece of legislation of the 21st century beautiful. The Democrats have countered, calling it a big, ugly bill, and now the Democrats have another choice. They can call it a disgusting abomination and be quoting Elon Musk every time they do it. And so the successful semantic infiltration of the words big and beautiful met in head-on collision with disgusting abomination today. And disgusting abomination is now the headline phrase of this news cycle about the Trump Republican budget bill. 4 minutes after tweeting, "I just can't stand it anymore," Elon Musk followed that up with, "It will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit to $2.5 trillion and burden American citizens with crushingly unsustainable
debt." That is exactly what Democrats have been saying since the day Donald Trump and Republicans started talking about their budget bill. And they said that every day that Donald Trump talked about doing exactly this during his presidential campaign, that they were going to dramatically increase the national debt. That's what the Republican agenda has been from the start. And only now does Elon Musk realize what Republicans have always done to the national debt. Republicans have always increased the national debt. That is the only thing they've ever done with the national debt. And Democratic administrations have always reduced the deficits that have been run up by reckless Republican presidents and Republican Congresses. That is the budgetary cycle we've been in since the 1980s. Republican presidents increase the deficits Democratic presidents from Bill Clinton forward come into office and reduce the deficits created by the Republican presidents. And then, when Republican presidents get another chance, they run up the deficits again, and they always do it exactly the same way, with massive tax cuts for the rich. The Republicans are going to massively increase the budget deficit and increase the national debt again. Elon Musk now knows that, apparently, and he spent 2 hours after that last tweet pondering his next tweet, or doing whatever he does when he's not tweeting. Looking for stuff, maybe? Looking for boxes of stuff that he carries around? Or just looking at the ceiling absent-mindedly like he did in the Oval Office last week, inexplicably, while the President of the United States was speaking and everyone else in the room was looking at the President and listening to him. Everyone except the pained Elon Musk, who already looked like he just couldn't stand it anymore. Elon Musk, who just couldn't bring himself to listen to Donald Trump, to look at him and listen to him while he was speaking. Perhaps because Elon Musk knew right then, when he was standing there, that he was getting fired. And today, after his 2-hour Twitter silence, Elon Musk said, in November next year, we fire all politicians who betrayed the American people. That means Elon Musk wants to fire every single Republican member of the House of Representatives, except for 2 who voted for the disgusting abomination of the bill. 2 Republicans didn't vote for it. And that has to mean that Elon Musk wants to fire the man who apparently fired him on Friday.
We fire all politicians who betrayed the American people, says Elon Musk. That's Elon Musk saying that Donald Trump betrayed the American people by pushing this bill that Elon Musk now calls a disgusting abomination. And so there it is. On the 134th day of the Trump presidency, Elon Musk wants to fire Donald Trump for betraying the American people, which is 5 years late, Elon. He betrayed the American people on January 6th, 2021. And he betrayed the American people when he tried to commit extortion in Ukraine with President Zelensky, which got Donald Trump impeached for the first time. And Donald Trump betrayed the American people by putting Elon Musk in charge of destroying the American government as we know it for as much as he possibly could for 130 days. The unelected Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, assigned by Donald Trump to take the food away from the mouths of the poorest people in the world, assigned by Donald Trump to be responsible, as Bill Gates said, for killing the poorest children in the world. And so Elon Musk's version of Donald Trump betraying the American people is the purely self-interested Musk version of Donald Trump betraying the American people. Mike Johnson, who was perfectly cast in the daily Republican psychodrama of the House of Representatives to play the guy who is obviously really in over his head, turned in another in over his head performance today.
What do you say to Elon Musk, who just called your bill a disgusting abomination?
Yeah, let me say this. It's very disappointing. Okay, I've come to consider Elon a good friend. He's obviously a very intelligent person, and he's done a lot of great work. But with all due respect, my friend Elon is terribly wrong about the one big beautiful bill. We had a long conversation yesterday. He and I spoke for, I think, more than 20 minutes on the telephone, and I extolled all the virtues of the bill. And he seemed to understand that. We had a very friendly conversation about it.
So the in over his head guy spoke to the most disturbed, richest person in the world in history for 20 minutes yesterday, thinking, hey, problem solved. And the next day, Elon Musk says that guy should be defeated in his congressional election in Louisiana next
year. Not just removed from the speakership, but removed from the House of Representatives and defeated and driven out of Washington forever. In November next year, we fire all politicians who betrayed the American people. He means Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, betrayed the American people. And all the other Republican members of the House who voted for that bill betrayed the American people. If you're a Republican senator tonight, you're in a position to stop this bill in its tracks and do it for the richest person in the world. And if you don't, you will be taking the gamble that Elon Musk will be funding your opponent in your re-election campaign to the Senate next year. The mild-mannered and capable Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune now has absolutely no idea how to defend his Republican senators running for re-election against campaign attacks from Elon Musk. And John Thune's Republican members of the Senate know that John Thune cannot defend them.
Are you concerned that he could help tank this bill and whip members against it? Did
Well,
they listen to him or they listen to you?
Well, my hope is that as he has an opportunity to further assess what this bill actually does, that he'll come to a different conclusion. But nevertheless, I mean, we have a job to do.
John Thune's problem tonight is that Elon Musk no longer has a job to do in the Trump administration, and he is reportedly feeling like he got fired.
Thank you for watching U.S. News Daily. I'm James Carter. If you want to stay informed with the latest and most trusted news, please subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll see you again soon.